Hey there, Joy the World friends and family. I am here to do a heart chakra cleansing. So I was clearing out, remember some of this Taurus, not just getting rid of things, but like they're talking about curating, cultivating, that type of thing. And as I was moving through, there was a bag of treasures that, in this cute little sparkly bag that I had put together some time ago, and it had been put underneath and buried and kind of just tucked away as like a keepsake or a forgotten timepiece is what I hear you saying. And they've asked me to do a heart chakra clearing for you so that we can get your heart ready to receive what? Perfect partnership. Perfect partnership is coming on in, and it's really divining and aligning for this year and will present itself to you. So let me see any notes that they want me to say. So we're going to do clearing and purification. Okay. It says, do you feel worthy of it and it worthy of you? It also has to do with the questions of why am I here? There's some things that have been blocking, and it's also could just be that old earthen energy. But I can tell you my time of meditating and getting the stones and other accoutrements that were put together in that bag long time ago, I could hear something humming in the back of my mind, and I had to pull and work really hard to get that up. And I was like, what is that? Well, it's having a lot to do with like childlike love, that there were some injuries, some blocking going on back there, maybe even some clogging, and the stuff that we have to go through when we go through the traditional lanes of schooling and things like that, maybe even the home life. So it doesn't mean you had to have been through something awfully tragic and work. I'm frumpy looking, y'all, excuse me. But it could have also been tragic. So I wanted to provide this for anybody who stops by here, so that you can level up into the life that you love and live it. Be fully alive, excited, animated, and ready for your day every day so that life can come your way. Now, some of you, it was a childhood love that closed the heart. There's the Moon Mystic Magic deck, 3 decks that I stuck together. And these are the cards that are sitting here. The heart is split because it's love me or do you love me not? There's a question there, and it's still sitting in your mind, in the forefront of your mind, friend. And it's cast a long dark shadow on many of you that you should have to question that. First and foremost, I want to say you are worthy of love. I love you. That's why I do these. That's why I record these. Love is an action. It is a verb. And it is also a delicious noun as well. But we're wanting to bring in this fresh, new, vibrant medicine to be able to break it down into delivering us justice, bringing balance to the scales, more than of just your mind, of life and of your body and of your health, okay? We want you to have the fullness of life, the wealth and the health, and that's why these are laid out systematically. We have the 4 angles coming in, which really, they bring the balance that you need to your chart so that you can begin to live in fruition, fulfillment, satisfaction. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is, let me just wave this. I'm going to wave this amethyst wand across you and begin to clear your eyes, clear your mind. On some of you, we're clearing some Neptune, bringing it on up from the heart. We're going to take our focus card here, which says, I ask for support and guidance whenever I need it. Many of you, we were clearing your throat chakra, being able to speak and express yourself freely and not feel that there's something wrong with you, that you have to deserve or earn or be worthy of love. Okay? You are here. You're worthy of love. And first and foremost, worthy of your own love, not an altered love, not a normal love, but a natural love. I'm going to do some teaching videos on the verses, and it's natural versus normal. Normal is what we became to adapt to our environment if we had been through anything difficult or challenging or kind of contrary to your nature. All right. So wanting to bring in this natural love. So ask for the support and guidance whenever you need it, and know that you will be heard. Know that you are heard. Okay, life loves you. Says, don't spend time beating on a wall, hoping to transform it into a door. You are you are you. And they're wanting us to get you back into the full vibration of who you are. More than the acceptance and the appreciation, the living of it, the expressing of it, the allowing it that it can thunder up from your feet and shoot out of you. Like me, I'm very enthusiastic, so it just pops out. Others, you might be a little more gentle and it'll tether its way on up and infuse into your environment around you. But either way, we're going to pull out that thorn of norm is what they're talking about. All right, so let's begin to get this moving. All right. First, we have to get it straight. Interesting. Okay, so that's some shoulder pain, some back pain, especially scapular pain. And they're talking about the right scapula wedged up under there. Your heart had really withdrawn and retreated, whoever that's speaking to. Now, mind you, this works for everyone. So just feel into your body, feel into your breath, feel into your heart. And that's all you need to do. It's not you're going to get it right or wrong. We just want you to begin to feel yourself, okay? And so that we can feel this energy begin to move and clear. I have an amethyst cluster here with some aventurine, green aventurine on top of it to provide this energy clearing, and especially the awakening and connecting into this Taurus North Node energy that's coming, that is ready to bring beauty and bounty to you as a person, as an individual. Okay. So I just want you to focus on breathing. We're wanting more room. Interesting. Okay. Somebody was on a short leash growing up. So we're going to clear that as well. We're clearing everything, remember. But some of you just need to know you're heard. All right. Whoever that's impacting, somebody took some physical trauma between the ears, on the ears, around the ears. That also travels down to your kidneys. So it's not just what you heard, it's what you say as well. It has been altered. So we're bringing it in as an altar, as a place of sacredness, of holiness, of worship, of beauty and life. And sacredness and holiness, y'all, can look like ruckus and riot and cheerleading and things like that. Okay, so we're dropping somebody there. I don't know who got dropped by their parents. They get dropped in relationships. It just drops off out of nowhere. This is talking to you right now. Somebody's saying, like, it's weird. You got a cat by the tail. And I want to translate into a cat's got your tongue. There's a lot of efforting here for that one. Many, many years have passed you by. Some of you, it's 16 years, and some of you, it was from age 16. There was a love crush there, not like, ew, gushy crush, but like something that seemed to have a lot of purpose and meaning. And for many of you, that's when you met the loved one, like the high school sweetheart, and then the 7 years passed, and then there was some betrayal I'm seeing go on. Some that came from not seeing eye to eye and having the same communication. The focus in life had altered. There was one giving more to the relationship and one more focused on their own needs, okay? And then there was some brokenness experienced, and someone lost their mother at a very young age. One of you, it was age 3. She's here. Oh, she adores you and dotes on you and loves the look completely in your face. Like, you know, man or woman, whoever's here, when somebody takes you in your face and just looks into your eyes, to have something, such a move that is so intimate, it could seem vulnerable or aggressive, right? If the heart is out of balance. But in this case, it's coming as pure love. It is that high heart. That's why they're talking about that childlike love. It's the innocent, untainted, pure love, the free love, the liberated love, the fully vibrating love, the fully vibrant love is what we're bringing in here. Some of you, it was your grandmother that you buried. She's speaking now. She's saying she wants to look up from the grave and offer you love, assistance, guidance about what steps to take next in your life. For some of you, it's where you're going to locate. You're wanting to know where you're going to locate. She's wanting to talk, okay? And it's pointing to the east. All right. Thank you. So, all right. So we're going to rest that right now and move into a little bit of the oracle card. But anyways, you're wanting that guidance and help to know you're not alone, because you always trusted her and felt that she was incredibly well, pink, pure-hearted, honest person. Like the pink rosy of little baby's cheeks. That's kind of what we're talking about here. So we're stepping into the 5, waxing crescent 3 growth. So it's talking about making room. You see? Now the thing is if we grow and we don't change our shoe size as we grow, things become gnarled and torn and worn. Not just only the implement itself, but the one within it. So our bodies as well as our mind and our soul, okay? Because our mind isn't here, y'all. Our mind is all throughout our body. And that became your world. It became like a cat's claw. Who? This cat. Hi, I see you. I know you, I love you, but there's this cat going on and needing to be able to release but be tethered. What's that song? Hold on loosely but don't let go. So it's not, it leaves past the consciousness, the mindfulness of having to hold, having to retain. Where's it at? That kind of thing, because that's been a bit of a distraction and a dispersion of your energy. And they're wanting to offer the bringing in, the cleaning in, the clearing, and the gathering together. And again, you could look at some of the Taurus North Node videos because they're talking about cultivating, curating, that type of thing, and bringing light things together. So life is really wanting to introduce and bring in, I see you right there, that type of companionship. That's funny, okay? And it's 44, y'all. Yeah, that's very much seeing in the mirror face to face, okay? And it is super moon and it's attraction. Look at you, man or woman. This is you, friend. And look at the size of that moon. The leverage of life, the scope of beingness, and being able to see with one's whole self, that others can see your whole self, that there's no fear, no need for protection, because if there's fear of punishment, then there isn't protection, because love is a covering that institutes that. So something's pointing right here. Okay, so maybe there was like this just kind of a smackdown head turn of not feeling equal, like you can look someone in the eye. I was huge insecurity, and not like, oh, insecurity, yes, that too, but we're talking heart security. We're talking about foundational love, love that doesn't have to be earned. That's very much why it's that childlike love coming in here. It helps support to restore, because that is the birthing place. That's when we can recognize and remember that we come from ourselves. We came through our parents, all right? And they want to get you connected to yourself to begin to, that's the true protection. Seal up that gap, that chasm, that void, that split, that fracture, that place of longing. All right, so let's go to the place of longing. And that place of longing is a feeling, y'all. And yes, it finds its place throughout the body, sometimes unrecognizable because we've stuffed down our perception and silenced our own voice from speaking to us. And that's what they're wanting to restore here. So go into that feeling wherever the longing was. You could conjure up the image, or you could just, breathe in, center on the tip of your nose, okay? And that'll pull your energy into that place where you experience it, but it no longer has you, okay? So that's all I need you to do. It's not about you trying to let it go or anything. Just focus like as if you had a little button nose, okay? And we're going to begin to move this longing out. Let's remove the longing. We're removing that longing, the smackdown, the needing to earn that love, that childlike love coming on back to fill in the gaps and the cracks, your golden self. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. We dropped down a couple of levels for that. It's okay. Your golden self is your natural self. It is your sunshiny self, your radiant self, your waking up, singing like a bird self, skipping through the house, buck naked self, the feeling true to who you are without that over consciousness about it of like, oh, am I strange? Second guessing, bringing in judgment instead of the justice. But here, justice is flying, y'all. Woo! This thing is 3 pounds. You wouldn't believe it, but it was gifted to me at the beach by the ocean. And they were like, take it home. That's going to be one of your working pendulums. So those things that have been heavy, on you, on your heart. Some of you, your feet have bottomed out. Your bottom have bottomed out and melted down your thigh. You're like, I don't have any support. Ooh, yeah, that's right, kidney. Okay. Okay. So maybe there wasn't a father in your home. And if there was a man in your home, he wasn't your father, or he wasn't a fathering father. A father covers first, and then they become the dad. They choose to interface with the outside world and the inner world. So we're talking about the spine. We're talking about the meninges, the connection between the two, the rectification between them. Yes. All right. That causes a lot of inflammation. Many of you, the word is frustration. So we're just gonna, y'all, who had to hear neener, 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 neener? That, okay, so we're just, people lording that over you, especially there were some cousins and relatives mocking and like other family members, and you don't feel like anyone stood up for you, kind of like you're an outcast or a nothingness. We're just, this is off the top of your head. We're clearing your crown chakra as well, opening up to the full abundance and radiance, because that's what they were talking about with the growth here. We're unbinding you. When you've been in a space too small, we're freeing you. We're opening you up. We're opening the space around you, the space of invitation that attraction can come in, not attracting trouble, remember? Because when we're connected to ourselves, it's the full vibration of who we are, the full harmony. It is the full spectrum of ourselves. And that brings in ourselves. It brings in things that supersede our conversation. It brings in the message and the song of our heart. It brings in our loving truth. And with that, I want to step over here, because remember, there were two that fell to the ground, two that were, I would say, set aside for this time, for things like this. Okay, so 27 is release, the waning crescent. So it's saying waning crescent 4 says it's time. So although it wasn't fun going through the cataclysmic issues or the long burden or the heaviness or that type of thing, but they're wanting to partner it with the 12 over here, the boundaries. So setting free the heart of your imagination, all right? This front body, this front energy, the receptivity, the softness, the ease, the, for some it was an institution. You were either sent to like boarding school or a school where you got bullied, or a mental hospital, or jail, or you had family members that were going through that. That's some of what we're releasing and clearing here, because you're wanting to restore hope. Wanting to restore hope. Let's get a color for this. Interesting. Burgundy. Burgundy. A community. Community, communion of like-minded, not meaning you think the same way. You vibrate the same way, meaning people who like harmony. That word really jumped out. Harmony. Where you can taste and see that life is good. Where you're free to enjoy others, which makes life so enriched and beautiful and divine. Like, we don't have to sit around and go, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that at night, because we've lived it. We've already consciously expressed it through our body, through our vibration, through our emanation, through our delight. That's what that golden self is about. Sorry, y'all. I don't know who that is with the furrowed brow right there, with the like glitch or twitch or headache going on that you have for some time. That is interesting. Oh, 7 years. But that communion, okay? Not that you can be this way here or there, wherever. They're talking about, no, the amming, fully inhabiting your body, that this is who you are, all times, all space, all place. Not having to change your energy like people change clothes. All right, so let's bring in this white flower of hope. Okay, so we're going to bring the energy to you, okay? Because as part of what they were talking about with the partnerships, it says perfect partnerships present themselves to you. Remember that softening and that receptivity? Many of you, it's clearing the stress on your face. It's clearing that excess energy, that longing and pain, needing to stay up late or try harder or work more, clearing out that deserving, and the energetic body and the emotional body and the distortion, pushing it out, because that's what they're bringing to you is love. So that there's no emptiness. They're displacing it. They're pushing out the yuck with the yum. All right. And that's very much that the next 18 months is Taurus North Node. They're wanting to bring in the pleasure and the yum of you being able to possess yourself. Okay. Where are we going from here? Where are we going from here? Thank you. Where are we at? Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about our voices for a minute, okay? And it's like they want you to be able to sit into the back of your throat. Now, the reason they say into the back of your throat is that's what it's going to feel like, because there's been so much stressing and straining here, not just vocally of trying to be heard, of having to be, either angry or explosive or restrictive or stressed or stuffing it down, that type of energy. So they're saying you'll feel like not your head or your neck or anything. Imagine speaking from the back of your throat. Okay, so mine just changed right there. How interesting. All right, I'm in it with y'all. I sit on the other side of the camera myself. But they're talking about being able to get into that space in the center of yourself that changes everything, including the way you hear, including your identity. Because throat chakra doesn't just have to do with what we're saying out of our mouths. It has to do with who we are, our identity, and what we're presenting to the world. And they're taking off the stress, the strain, breaking all yokes. Okay? Y-O-K-E. That thing that they hang around your neck, not just the one that the bulls had to wear to pull along goods for others at your expense, your energetic expense, your life, your time. And for many of you, your lifetime. It has been a lifetime, okay? That's what they're talking about here. Do we want to do, oh yeah, somebody's volunteering from under the table. 3 of materials. Right. So it's being able to excel personally and professionally. You're like, does this cover all bases, all areas? And I'm like, it certainly does. It's talking about your whole self, your golden self. All right. So let's go in for one more dig here. And for many of you, you need to hear this said. Let me love you. Let me love you. All right. So we're opening to self-love. And not just that word and the way it could trigger our ears. We're talking the genuine, the deep, the rich, the satisfying, the fulfilling, the all the years, and not just that, the interest of the years, the connectivity of it, the whole dynamic, the whole diorama. Community connections. Wow, that's beautiful to see your energy extending like that. That no longer is your energy field swollen and hyper, meaning over. That's tough to carry. And it also makes you very strung out, very dispersed. And the power that you feel inside doesn't seem to be communicated around you to the fields around you as well as the people. So we're rectifying and restoring that right now. Okay. Some of you, they're talking about a playlist, all right? A musical playlist, creating one that gives you these feelings of strong and connected and back to your youth when you're like, yeah, just really the it. Or even think of a movie that does that from you that was like your it movie, your power movie. Get that in your mind's eye right now, okay? So just imagine the tops of your ears being massaged and somebody just kind of like tickling you. It gets you giddy, gets warmth in your cheeks, light in your eyes, and fire in your soul. Yeah, that brings you home. That brings you landing into your chart. Now that feeling is exactly what we're talking about the holding on loosely. That means the possessing of oneself, the just the perfectness, the I amness. Landing. You know what? If you'd like to do that with me, let's do a deep breath. If you'd like to do it again when we do the exhale, imagine the elbows getting heavy and just making their way down by your side so that your ears are freed from the weight of the world, okay? Breathe it in. That's right. So I'm going to take my amethyst wand here. We're going to seal this all in. This belief, this beauty, this trust, this I amness. I am that. I am. And that covers all the bases. Sealing you in your goldenness self. You are connected, therefore you are protected. Punishment vanishes. We vanish you and we vanquish you right now from anyone within the sound of my voice, from the worlds around you, from your loved ones, that your world is liberated and it's filled with sparks of joy and a beautiful life. Hey friends, if you haven't already, click that like button. Let me know you stopped by here. You could leave a comment below. Compliment yourself, compliment someone you love, compliment me. We could all use some. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe button. Hop on this joy train. This joy train, I can say I know what it is, but you know, this is what I'm starting to verbalize it and recognize that, yeah, it can do the breath work, the healing, the energy cards, the teaching, the training, the whatever. It's whatever we need to bring you into the fullness of who you are and the satisfaction of yourself. I love you. Hey, we'll talk soon.